probably the shock will come of something entirely different. As I said, non-art, an-art, you say A-N-I-A-R-T, see, without no art at all, and yet something would be produced, because after all, I think the word art, from etymologically, means to do, not even to make, but to do, you see. And the minute you do something, you are an artist. In other words, but you are not so. You don't sell your work, but you do the action. In other words, art means action. Everything since Courbet has been retinal. That is, you look at a painting for what you see, what comes on your retina. See? You would add nothing intellectual about it, nothing else than what the visual is on the visual side of the painting. Because it would have been anathema to say, well, this is a psychoanalytical analysis of painting was absolutely anathema then. You should look and register what your eyes would see. That's why I call them retinal. Since Courbet, all the Impressionists were retinal. All the Fauvists were retinal, the Cubists were retinal, and even the Surrealists did change a bit of that, and Dada also, by saying, why should we be only interested in the visual side of a painting? There may be something else to put. My idea was to find, not even decide, but to decide to choose an object that wouldn't attract me either by its beauty or by its ugliness. To find a point of indifference in my looking at it, see? Of course, you might say I'd find any number of those, but at the same time, it's not so much, because it's hardly difficult. After a while, when you look at something, it becomes very interesting. You can even like it. And the minute I liked it, I would discard it. So the choice came only for a few objects quite disparate and different from one another. Enough so that today, looking at the 13 already I made in the course of 30 years maybe, I'm satisfied by the fact that they don't look like one another. See what I mean? In other words, there is a different, completely strangeness from one to the other, which show there's no style there, and no taste, and no liking, and no disliking either. After 20 years or 40 years of looking at it, you begin to like it. I might have disliked it, but I happen to like it. Okay, but that's the fate of everything. See, any painting or anything at all you look at for 20 years, very often, every day, you have a liking or a disliking. If you dislike it, you discard it and throw it away. But if you like it, then you begin that liking augments, goes on. With time. So that's this, I end by liking it. where the difficulty comes in, because you cannot ask a public to look at something with a book in his hand and following sort of a diagrammatic explanation of what he can see on the glass. So it's a little difficult for the public to come in, to understand it, to accept it. The word work of art, you see, is not so important for me. I don't care about the word art because it's been so, discredited and so forth. So I really want to get rid of it because the way many people today have done away with religion. There is a sort of unnecessary adoration of art today, which I find unnecessary. And I think, I don't know, but this is a difficult position because I've been in it all the time and still want to get rid of it, you see. It's not, and I cannot explain everything I do because I do things or people do things and don't know why they do it, you know. They are signed. They are signed and numbered.
Yes.
An edition of 8 each, like any sculpture. So it's still in the realm of art, in the form of technique. You just make 8, and you sign them and number them. So that's the end of it. You should never have one more, even if you could find them in the shops. But we, our society, has decided to make a group that would be called artists, a group called doctors, and so forth, which is purely artificial. Instead of being singularized in a little box like that, so many artists in so many square feet, by the fact that it would be universal, it would be a human factor in anyone's life. To be an artist, but not noticed as an artist.